Bonjour, bonsoir, buenos dias, buenas noches. Welcome back to my channel, everybody. So today we're going to be talking about Baddies East. All right, let's just dive right into this episode. As we know, last week was a little bit crazy, and definitely make sure y'all subscribe if you haven't subscribed to my channel. Okay, we are going to continue to do the Baddies reviews as well as some other ones that you see, and Catfish about to come back, so you already know. Anyway, so the elites, which are the OGs, they was in one sprinter while the rest of the girls was in another sprinter. Well, it was the elites like Natalie, Scotyland, Rollie, and then somehow, some way, her name is T was thrown into the mix as well. So I'm guessing or assuming that she's probably close to Natalie, or she just got it like that for her to be able to be on the same bus that Natalie was on. Or maybe because she's good with entertainment, so they felt like that would like kind of liven it up and bring a little more fun to the sprinter and to their scenes. You know, everything is for a reason for the most part. And so that was that. Ahna Mac, her fingers look like they messed up or whatever. She said that some of her fingers and stuff was kind of numb, so she probably fractured it or sprained it or something. She had a little sprinter thing holding one of her fingers together, so I'm like, dang, like you was really getting it in for real, you know. What's her name? Latifah, she's on the bus as well. I'm gonna say Latifah. Sometimes I'll say Teshiki, but I don't even know if that's the right way to say it, and I know sometimes I'll be saying it wrong. So I'm gonna mainly say, I'm gonna mainly say the other name, Latifah, when I remember, whenever. But y'all know who I'm talking about at the end of the day, because it's like they say her name is one name, but every time Krishan talks to her, she calls her by the name that I guess the family call her. So it's like, let's just stick to one, all right? Because you're confusing everybody. So she told the ladies that Natalie's a clown and, you know, she needs to stay out of family business and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, so yeah, she still doesn't like her. They're still pretty much beefing at the end of the day. This is the first house that they go into, and this drink was a bit dated. I can't even lie. Like, I was looking at it like, dang, this ain't like the house from when they was on the West Coast. Like, y'all giving the East Coast a bad name. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm from the East Coast. Y'all giving the East Coast a bad name. I mean, I ain't gonna act like I got some mansion or something like that. I'm in one of these New York apartments. But I'm just saying, like, for them, with what they said, you know, they should have a pretty decent budget right now. Like, this just wasn't it. Like, it wasn't really giving. It was giving old fashioned, just everything was old. You know, I don't even like hotels that have like those old sheets and just those old stuff. Like, I like more modern things, and I think that most of them are kind of like the same way. So anyways, she said that she would just kind of like so yeah, she would. So with that, Krishan, she ends up pulling up to the bus, but she wasn't even like on the bus or anything like that. She just pulls up because I guess she asked her sister what the location they was at was. So she pulled up to where they was at. And then here she goes. She had a problem with two of the ladies that was on the bus. She like, yo, why you even sitting with them? They fake. She was like, but I'm not a bully. I'm not about to be bullying these girls. Like, there's no point, because at the end of the day, I'm like an Avengers with these hands. Like, these girls, is not about that timing, you know? But Krishan, she got so much pride that she wasn't trying to let it go. Plus, she know nobody can beat her because she's pregnant anyway. So it's like, I feel like that's giving her extra energy. Plus the hormones is just giving her more like, yeah, let me do this, you know, let me go hard. But it's like, girl, just sit down and relax, you know, relax yourself, cool out, put your feet up, you know, just get this money. Like, you doing all this extra stuff that you don't need to be doing. So yeah, she confronted Ahna Mac. She said that Ahna Mac was liking stuff that her baby daddy was posting, so she wasn't really cool with that. She was like, she seen it on the blogs. And then I guess she said that whoa, Vicky was over here also liking stuff, or maybe reposting or liking. She was like, y'all doing all this clickbait, but then when it comes in person, y'all don't do nothing. And then her sister's like, yo, like, chill out. Like, I'm not on that bully stuff. Like, at the end of the day, I gotta sleep at night knowing that I did that. She was like, these girls is fragile. You know, she was saying what she was saying, and they wasn't saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, because these girls is, they not trying to fight them. Like, yeah, Ahna Mac, she talks crap, but you know, there's a time and a place, and I feel like she knows, like, I beat this chick, but shit, these girls ain't the same, you know? They cut from a different cloth, and they gonna tag team on you at the end of the day. So, like, you just need to, like, be quiet and not say nothing. But Krishan just kept on going and going. It's like her sister's just trying to, like, it's whatever. And she's telling them, Latifah's telling them, like, yo, just apologize to her. And she's like, but y'all over here apologizing. Like, they trying to do what they think that they supposed to be doing. And Krishan was still being, like, upset and, like, still going off on them. So, yeah, she even ended up throwing, I guess, some eczema cream or something at Vicky. And Vicky was just like, ooh, she was like shook, y'all. I was like, dang. So, what happened next? So, whoa, Vicky, she dead started crying after they ended up getting Krishan and her sister, like, took them on a different way, transportation and whatever. They was no longer on the, well, Krishan really wasn't on the bus to begin with, but Latifah was, but both of them ended up going a different way. So, whoa, Vicky dead started crying on the bus. I'm like, yo, why are you here? Like, you just doing too much. Like, not everything is for everybody. And just because it's going to get you clout doesn't mean you should be doing it, you know? Because I'm pretty sure that you've seen other episodes. You're doing this because you want to broaden your horizons. You want to get your platform out there. That's the main reason, and for money. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't say you want to save people, because I haven't seen you save nobody as yet. Haven't seen you attempt to do none of that stuff. So I just feel like all that is just for show. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, she could be on her spiritual journey, but this ain't the place for that. You know, these girls, they set in their ways and they ain't trying to hear what you have to say. So that's that. So she was just saying, like, when she did get inside the house finally, she was telling Natalie, like, kind of what happened, because Natalie noticed, like, her energy was off and, like, she looked like she was, like, going through it. So Natalie's like, yo, like, what happened? And she told her, but it's like she was trying to talk in tongues, like, kind of say it without really saying it. Kind of like, you know, she was snitching, but not really snitching, because she didn't want to say who it was. She was just like, I don't want to fight against flesh and blood. Like, okay, like, what are you talking about? You know, like, I mean, everybody knows who's flesh and blood, but it was just kind of like, she was like, okay, so what exactly are you saying? So she got a little more in depth after Natalie had to ask her, like, a few times, like, okay, who was it? So come to find out, it was Krishan. So once Rollie hears that, she's like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Then she was like, you know, Rollie kind of chewed her out and was like, you know, I guess she did something with her as well, where she liked or reposted something about, like, being fat, which was, like, a negative thing as far as what it said, and she either liked it. So she's like, you know, she's over here crying and playing victim, but you can't be throwing stones and then try to, like, it wasn't me, you know, trying to hide your hands after you done did something, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, don't be messy and then not expect anybody to confront you or say anything to you. Like, you're not dumb, you know what you're doing. So maybe you just think, like, okay, I have this shield up because I said I'm the holy one, no one's gonna bother me. But no, like, if you do something wrong, they're going to address you as they should. And Rollie was just not with it. She's just like, you know where you are. You're on Baddies. And at the end of the day, she's like, I don't even want to hear all that Jesus stuff. Like, forget about it, because my daddy, or I think she said either her granddaddy, I think she said, is a deacon. So she was like, it is what it is. But, like, don't be trying to do stuff and then you want to pretend like nothing happened. You know what I mean? Because you're not innocent either. So I was like, okay, Rollie, I see you. She was giving her, like, the mama treatment. Like, she got no sympathy for her. I was like, dang. I think it's too, because she was talking with Camila and Scotyland later on. And I think she has some resentment towards her because she heard her back in the days when she was ratchet and she was saying, like, the N-word and things like this. And, you know, those things did bother her, I guess. And, you know, it's like, now you want to come acting like you're a different person, but you've been here, like you've been doing crazy things, you've been talking crazy, like we know your real side, who you really are, you know what I mean? So I think that that's where she's kind of coming from. Camilla's just like, I don't really know her like that, but she's like, she don't need to be here if that's the case. And Rollie's just kind of over her. She's like, at the end of the day, like, she knew where she came. We over here smoking blunts and drinking and stuff, and she's over here drinking water. Like, what is that? You know what I mean? I feel like people can still be sober and have a good time, but it's almost like she's there to kind of judge them, and then, like, it's like, it is kind of like, what are you here for? Because you're not saving anybody. You're not, performing exorcisms. If you're going to be doing that, then you need more help, because you can't even get close to these ladies who's yelling at you or anything. Like, I ain't see you put your hand on Krishan or nothing like that to try to get the demons out of her. Like, you ain't doing none of that. So it's like, at the end of the day, these ladies are stronger than you. So you need to go back where you came from, or get some more tools, some crosses or some Bibles or something, or another person to help you get these entities out of this place. Maybe that's why they picked this first place, because they had, because even some of the girls were saying, like, it feel like their ancestors is under the place, under the house. Yeah, so that's pretty crazy. Smiley, she said she finally let us know that she actually did not tattoo Natalie's name, because Natalie did kind of confront her, was asking her about it, and she was like, it was a henna tattoo, and she found it in the book, and it said Natalie, and she was like, in the confessional, she was like, she wouldn't tattoo nobody's name, like, she not crazy or nothing like that. But I guess it served its purpose, because it got her out there, got her known, got her seen, so she got to do what she was doing. And Natalie was like, but how did you get my signature? And she was like, nah, it was like from a book. But Natalie's like, that's BS, because that's the way that I write my ends. Like, come on. Like, she found it somewhere, but she was like, she not gonna press it though, because she's denying it. So it's like, y'all just gonna keep on going back and forth, and she gonna keep on saying no, because she don't want to seem weird. So Krishan and her sister, they finally pull up to the place, to the house, and all hell is already breaking loose. Latifah, she went to go talk to Natalie, and not even talking, I just feel like she just want to fight her at the end of the day, like, because it's like so much aggression. And she was just saying, when the security guards was trying to hold her back or whatever, she's like, nah, like, don't touch me, I just got a BBL. No, she was like, I just got my body done, like, don't touch me. I'm like, oh, here we go. I was looking at her like, your butt looking a little bit fatter than I remember. I swear Krishan's the only one that don't got her body done, but who knows if she gonna get it done now, because now, obviously her body's gonna be different after having a child, so I guess we'll see. But I always did like the fact that Krishan, she kind of just had like a regular body. I mean, no shades to anyone who does their thing, that's on them, but it's kind of nice to see people still kind of, just being them and not caring, or, just being proud in who they are. But I mean, it is what it is, like I said. So anyway, she was just like, don't touch me. And she going back and forth. Then Krishan's just like, Natalie was like, yo, like, at the end of the day, I was just trying to protect your sister. And then here comes Krishan chiming in like, how you trying to protect me when you're not even cool with me? Like, you unfollowed me. And she was like, okay, I just unfollowed you yesterday, but I was doing that for you. She was like, nah, like, you was doing that for a storyline. That's why you was doing that. Like, that's what that was about at the end of the day. And she's like, then she just started like throwing stuff at her, throwing water, throwing this, and it's like security guards is there, and Natalie's trying to stay hype and be like, you can't catch me, but she's all like made up, like they about to be going out and stuff like that. So it was just a lot, and then she was like, if that's the case, then get them off my show, like get them out of here, get her out of here. And Teshiki, Latifah, she's just like, this is my show, like, dude, you just got here. Like, yeah, you're cool and everything. We like you. You're aggressive and you give Natalie a run for her money, but we barely know you. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, if anything, if we had to pick between it being anybody's show besides Natalie, then I think we would probably pick Krishan, not you. Like, you're only here because of Krishan. So, like, pipe your, slow down, sis. But, I mean, she's definitely entertaining at the end of the day. Like, she's cool. you know, she's doing her thing and she's definitely bringing entertainment. So, I mean, she's definitely somebody that we want to watch at the end of the day. But yeah, that was pretty much the episode. Let me know what y'all thought down below. It's definitely getting crazy. It's gonna be a good season. I could just feel it, y'all. All right, laters.